good people. Thanks very much for clicking. You see, I believe it's not a coincidence you have done so, because this message, I believe, is meant for you and is needed to the world now more than ever. The message of love, peace, and unity. Yes, and love and caring for one another like we do for ourselves. Please watch this video till the end. Hit the like button and leave your comments. Straight out of Africa with good vibes. Let's dive in, good people. You are loved and respected.
Anyhow, we have scientists and military guys that have been working alongside of some of those dudes, and they are in our midst. When I retired, we knew of 4 different groups, and they were all humanoid. But they were all not the kind of guys who could walk up and down the street on a Saturday afternoon without being seen or responded to. But one of the groups of 4 looks exactly like us in the sense that it could be sitting here in this auditorium next to you and you wouldn't know it. Next to you in an airplane or a restaurant or a theater. They're in our midst, guys. This one group particularly is in our midst. And apparently since 1954, when Ike met them at Muroc Air Force Base in California, they've been working with us, trying to help us make that transition from adolescence into adulthood. And why are they doing that? Well, apparently this is the same group that had a hand in engineering our genetics 10,000, 100,000 years ago. And if you want a little history on that subject, read Zecharia Sitchin. Stories are shockingly accurate in the fact they literally tell the essential story of our beginnings. They translate these ancient cuneiform tablets from Sumer. Zechariah is not the only one. There was a brilliant Englishman with the name of Christian O'Brien who went home a year or so ago. We were genetically engineered, and they've been coming and going, and they've been in our midst for a hell of a long time. And somebody said to Sitchin one time, "Zechariah, when are they coming back?" And he said, "Whatever made you think they ever left?" And I don't think they did ever leave. Now, again, this is, I think, a little shocking information here. At least it shocked the hell out of me. Now, when I was in Germany at a conference some years ago, a Russian cosmonaut by the name of Marina Popovich handed out a few copies to me and Michael Hesseman, another researcher, friend of mine. The Soviets sent this fantastic mission to Mars. They named it Phobos 2 because Phobos 1 is one of the moons of Mars, 12 miles in diameter. So they named their space mission Phobos 2, and they took a whole bunch of pictures. One of the pictures they took, which Michael Hesseman published in his magazine, is apparently a city the size of Chicago under the surface in Mars, generating an enormous amount of heat, because this photo was taken in the infrared. As I said, it's in German at the bottom here, but Michael had published it in his magazine. From Phobos 2, a city under the surface of Mars the size of Chicago. You can see practically, the blocks, the streets, so on. So yes, Virginia, there are Martians, and yes, they are on Mars, and some of them are probably here, because we apparently don't look that different from each other. But you'll never see this published in an American newspaper or an American magazine. Had to be published in Germany by Michael Hesseman. Phobos took another picture. While it was in orbit around Mars, and the story I was told is that they literally planned to land on Phobos, the moon. Well, they never got there. Because while they're in orbit around Mars, this thing came up from the surface of Mars, gigantic in size, and apparently bumped Phobos 2, knocked it out of orbit, and down it went. So there's somebody up there who says, no, 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 no. You can come and peek, but then you can't stay very long, and you're not going to take that many pictures. We're not going to allow it.
Huh? Oh my God. What do you think?
I had just left my marriage of 14 years and joined dating apps, and someone that I had known for 15 years at that point, but I had not talked to for maybe 7 or 8 years, contacted me. They were confused because they thought I was still married, and I had a dating profile, and I let them know that my marriage was over, and kind of filled them in a little bit. He was a friend that both me and my ex-husband were friends with for a few years, and so he invited me to go to lunch to kind of just talk and see how I was doing. And I made it pretty clear that I'm not really interested in anything other than friendship with him, and he seemed okay with that. So we go to lunch, and I park my car, and he parks his car at the same time, and I had not seen this person for, again, quite a while. And when he walked out of his car, I immediately felt very sick. Like my stomach sunk, and I felt nauseous. And I couldn't tell you why. I had never really felt that before. And I was a little confused by what I was feeling. But I was trying to be nice and polite, and I didn't want to be mean. So I continued to do the lunch with him. And when we sat down to do lunch, he did not like how far my chair was from him. So he grabs my chair and pulls it like right beside him. And I felt even more uncomfortable. And so I spent the majority of the lunch talking to the server because I was just so incredibly uncomfortable in my body. He then proceeds to notice that I feel uncomfortable and demand that I allow him to give me a shoulder massage at this restaurant because I apparently looked so uncomfortable. I say no, and he starts massaging my shoulders anyway. I kind of like move away. I'm like, I'm good. The food finally came. I was so excited to eat. I tried to make it as fast as possible because, again, I was really unsure what was happening inside my body at the time. We finish the lunch and we go walk to the cars, and he asks if he can give me a hug, and I'm like, sure, that's fine. He goes to give me a hug and tries to kiss me, and I immediately say no. I pulled away, and I immediately felt nauseous. Like I had to vomit. I'm like, I have to go. I'm sorry. I get in my car. I drive immediately to Walgreens. I get Pepto-Bismol. That's how sick I felt. He then text messages me and says, what was all that about? He was very, very offended that I pulled away, did not allow him to kiss me. And I reiterate to him that I think he got confused with what the intention was of the luncheon. I reiterated I just wanted to be his friend. I have no desire of pursuing a relationship with him. And his next statement was, I feel like you should be a little bit more grateful that a great guy like me who has a good paying job is willing to look past all of your damage and baggage and have you. And at the time, I was very insecure with the damage and the baggage that I was carrying. I had just left a 14-year-long marriage, and my ex-husband was an alcoholic. So clearly I had some shit I needed to work out, and I was insecure about it. And I let him know that regardless of my damage and my baggage, I was not interested in a relationship with him. And his response to that was, well, how about I let your ex-husband know that you're on a dating profile? And I had communicated to him that my ex-husband was in recovery, and I wanted to be sensitive to the fact that he was recovering. And I didn't want him to know that I was on dating apps because I feared that that would hinder some of his recovery. And I said, if that is how you feel you need to lick your wounds by being rejected, then by all means, do what you gotta do. And he sure enough did. I then let him know that I had no desire to continue speaking to him, and I blocked him. And for the next 2 years, anytime I ever joined a dating app and he found me on the dating app, he would message me and say, oh, it looks like you're still single. I would comment back, please do not message me. Please do not talk to me. Please do not reach out to me. Please do not do all these things. And for 2 years, anytime he would see me on a public platform, he would send me a message or he would try to follow me. Yesterday, I posted a video of a podcast episode that I was recently speaking on, and he tried to follow my platform. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying all this to say that your body will speak to you about people before you ever get to really get to know them. Listen to your body.
A lot of people wonder in palmistry, what's the difference between the left hand and the right hand, or the dominant hand and the non-dominant hand? Well, let's go ahead and find out. There's a lot written on this, and of course, I'm going to spare you the details, but everything that I've studied in palmistry and people I've studied under say that the dominant hand is the one to look at for things that have manifested in your life. So how you have used certain skills and traits you're born with, and how those have manifested in your life. The left palm, or non-dominant palm, shows you innate characteristics, things that you're born with, things that are natural to your character and to your person in general. So for example, let's take a look at my palm here. Look at my non-dominant palm. You can see I have a pretty strong sun line here. Denotes quite a powerful talent. Well, look at my dominant hand. You don't see it there. I have a little bit here, a little bit of a star formation, which is still a good sign, but it's clear that something in my life, things that have happened in my life, worries, anxieties, emotional traumas, or other emotional upsets, have for one reason or another caused that talent to not manifest as greatly in my lived life. So that's just one example of how to look at the non-dominant and the dominant palm. So what do your palms say? Like and follow for more.
I'm going to tell you a story that is crazy. Some of you are going to find it useful, and some of you are going to want to mock me or inform me, and that's all great. About 2 months ago, I started getting this pain in my solar plexus right here. It was intense. It was a 10 out of 10. I'd never experienced pain like that in my life. I was doubled over. I ended up going to the emergency room after a few hours. My son was driving me in the car. I was basically delirious. I got there. I didn't take any drugs because I don't know why. I should have, but I didn't take any drugs. It went away after a while, and they said it was either a problem with my esophagus, a problem with my stomach, or gallstones. They did an ultrasound, and they did find that there were gallstones in my gallbladder, but they weren't sure that it was the gallstones. But they said, we just might as well go ahead and remove your gallbladder. And I'm like, we're not going to fucking remove my gallbladder just for the fun of it if you don't know that's the problem. So I went home. A couple days later, happened again. Every few days for like 5 hours, I'd get this intense, excruciating pain that I would be doubled over. I ended up going to the hospital twice. I saw 7 doctors trying to get this figured out. I had an endoscopy and no one knew what it was. Some people said it was the gallstones. Some people said there were these small remnants of ulcers at the top of my stomach, but they were small. No one knew what it was. I changed my diet for a few months. I started taking this anti-acid stuff. It kept coming back. So I went to my general doctor, and my general doctor said, you know what? I think it's the gallstones. And I said, okay, so should I get my gallbladder out? And he said, no. Well, if you want to. But 30 years ago, this lady told me about this quack remedy that she had. I told her that she had gallstones. I did an ultrasound. The gallstones were there. She did this quack remedy. The gallstones were gone. So he told me what it was. And I said, no way. So then I went and researched on the internet, and I had read so much. I consider myself a pretty scientifically literate person, and I had looked through so much research. I'd called the Mayo Clinic. I'd called a hospital in Houston. I'd called so many different places to figure out if there's anyone that could figure out what the problem was, or if there was a way to deal with gallstones without having my gallbladder out. Because your gallbladder produces bile. And bile squirts down into the stomach. So when you eat a bunch of fat, not in the stomach, in the intestine, you eat a bunch of fat, the gallbladder has this bile in it. It squirts this bile down into your intestine, and it helps you digest stuff. If you don't have your gallbladder, it just means you're dripping bile down into your intestine. And over a while, the bile duct that comes from the gallbladder ends up thickening a little bit, so it kind of acts like a gallbladder. So some people say there's no effect. It's like it never happened. But I think that's bullshit, because I've talked to a lot of people that have had problems after having their gallbladder removed, and I don't want to have surgery for no reason. So I kept researching. Well, go back to my doctor. The doctor says, try this remedy. I went on the internet, and I could only find a couple of videos There's no information about this. This one video said, here's this quack remedy. This is a doctor. It's a quack remedy. Don't believe it. Here's why it doesn't actually work, blah, blah, blah. So I went back to my doctor and I said, I'm not going to try this stupid remedy. And he's like, okay, have your gallbladder out, but it doesn't hurt you to try it. And so I tried it. And the pain went away and my gallstones went away. When I got my blood tests, when I was having the problems, the markers in my blood, which indicated a problem with the gallstones or the gallbladder, were very high. I had a ultrasound, which definitely showed gallstones. I had 2 ultrasounds after I did this weird thing, and both of them showed that the gallstones were gone. And when I had another blood test, all of my markers were back to normal. Somehow I passed these gallstones, and that is not normal. If you talk to any surgeon or any doctor, they will tell you that that just doesn't happen. And yet it happened for me. So if you can explain it, let me know. But here's what I did. First of all, I'm not a doctor. If you're going to try it, you're on your own with this. Do it during the week, because if the gallstone gets lodged in your bile duct, you could have extreme pain and have problems, and there may not be doctors available readily to deal with it. Wake up, and all day you drink apple cider. That's it. Not apple cider vinegar, apple cider, like a whole jug. That's it. Water and apple cider. The next morning, wake up, and I just had a mix of a half cup of oil and a half cup of lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice, and I just chugged it. I had extreme pain where my gallbladder is for about 30 minutes. That was it. If someone can explain that to me, please do. But there needs to be some research on this, because it absolutely worked and no one knows about it. Almost no one. If you want to get on here and say, oh, cleanses don't work, blah, 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 it's not scientific, plant-based, blah, 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 feel free to do that. I don't believe in cleanses, but this thing worked. So if you've got an alternative explanation and you want to talk about in the comments, I would love that.
Ah, that's pretty interesting. Sounds like those herbs that people boil here to treat different diseases. Huh? And now what's happening here? Oh my god. Is this a real person? Oh, she has some really
For
long hair.
those who haven't seen the disclosure series yet, I do want to set a foundation so people can understand who you are. And I want to start with a very simple question. Over the past few interviews that we've done together, every interview that we've done together, you felt the need to hide your identity. You're still choosing to do that now, obviously. Why are you choosing to continue to hide your identity after you're really seeing that people are receiving this information with open arms?
Well, the people that are receiving this information are more or less your viewers or your type of community. There's 8 billion people in this world. I promise you that 99% of them will not accept this information. They'll think it's a bunch of bullshit. You know, before, they said that you might be interviewing yourself, and we've discussed this in the past. So I don't exactly agree with you on that, but I'm a private man. My mission, my work is very secretive. So I'd like to keep it like that. I don't want to be known. I don't want to be walking in the street and be known like you are, you know? You walk on the street and people approach you. They hug you. They kiss you. They take a selfie with you. I'm not about that. I don't want to do that because, again, I have to protect myself, my family, my friends, even the organization in a way, and also yourself. But you don't agree with me, and that's your decision. I know you do a lot of good, and I admire you, and I commend you for this. This is really great work. But people like you are usually going to pay a price, and if you are prepared to pay a price, it's your decision. I just have to tell you as a friend, as a close friend, you might want to rethink what you're doing, but you choose your path in life. I'm not going to stand in your way. I will help you if and when I can. Not always I'll be able to help you.
Huh.
Okay, I'm gonna answer some questions. Why did I go quiet? It's a lot of drama. We go to dinner. I'm the giant guy, so wife and I go to dinner. We go out here to there. It's just drama everywhere we go. Tons of questions. We don't get any alone time. Other than that, it's family for the most part. Our family's getting blown up too. That's the object that caused everything right there. Now, I've met some people up here, and they've looked at it. They see what they see also, and they've showed me more that I never saw before. There's another TikToker, I'll tag him in this, met up with him. He hiked the backside and found some caves. So hopefully I can get hold of him, and we can go explore those caves and see where they actually go. So the main reason we went quiet, there was something in our video, and a follower pointed it out to us. So I looked at it and I kind of see what they're saying. So I sent it off to some people, and they asked us to keep it quiet until it came time to let somebody know. So they've looked at it on their special computers and stuff, and they see what they see, and they sent it back to me. So I'll be trying to post that later. I'll see if I can't find that video and repost the video of us running down the mountainside.
Huh. That's a creepy story. Oh my god. What are this now? This is some cactus or what's this? Huh. This looks interesting. Oh. Are these dragon fruits or what's this? Which type of fruit is this? Oh my god. Look. Ah, and some big bananas. No. Now I see this a lot, man, because people here plant like these ones. Some are even larger, and this old stuff is falling. Oh my god. But this is also big and it's incredible. Oh my wow. This is very lovely. What? And that guy carries it himself alone. Oh what? You see, God has lovely creatures down here, and man is one of them, because the things they do is incredible. When they do it, they mean good vibes and love. It's just amazing. Oh my god, huh? Now look at, which type of fruit is this? Is
In
this a
Russia,
coconut?
in Denisova cave, they find a single pinky bone from a little finger, and they do the DNA testing on it. They're able to get a complete genome from it, and what they discover is this isn't a Neanderthal, this isn't an anatomically modern human being, this is another human species, who they named the Denisovans. They think they're more closely related to Neanderthals than they are to anatomically modern humans, but they're clearly another human species, and they also interbred with anatomically modern humans. And Denisovan DNA survives. Interestingly enough, it survives predominantly in Australasia, in Papua New Guinea and amongst Australian Aborigines.
If you've tried every meditation and activation under the sun, opening your third eye, connecting to the quantum field, and nothing seems to click for you, you're still stuck in the world of five senses, feeling as if I don't feel anything, I don't experience anything. You may be reading about other people's experience, having some wild visions and downloads and upgrades, and that's not happening to you. Today, I want to talk to you specifically. I'm going to give you my breakthrough moment, and I'm also going to give you some tips of what you can do right here, right now, to also experience a breakthrough. So I actually received this email this morning, which says, I read about Ria's story and her spiritual journey. I feel the same way. I've been trying to connect to the divine, spirit guides, higher self, doing daily meditation, and I've found different tools and made them from scratch, spend a lot of money for different courses that promise provide guidance, and I have not been able to connect to divine yourself. I've been activated by I don't even know how many things. Nothing seems to work for me. I have been on several readings, clearings. They all say the same. Your channels are clear and flowing. Should I just be patient? They all say be patient, it will come for sure. I could have quite literally written this email about 2018 or 19, because I was exactly in the same shoes, literally trying everything under the sun. I was meditating probably for about 4 hours a day. Every spare minute I had, I was spending with my headphones on, with Dr. Joe Dispenza or other kind of teachers, just going into space, and nothing was happening. Or at least it seemed like nothing was happening, because I was just still in the black space. I was still feeling my body, connected to all of my normal senses. And it just felt like not what I've been promised or not what other people are experiencing. My breakthrough came from comparing notes with my husband, Aaron. Aaron Lazar is incredible when it comes to his visuals. He, sees into the future, he's a psychic, and I also was surrounded by other people like him. So that was actually giving me so much frustration, because if myself and Aaron were having the same meditation, I would still be firmly in my body, whilst Aaron's consciousness will be there with the Arcturians or somewhere in other kind of dimensions and having a very visual experience like a YouTube video. So I started comparing notes, like, how does it actually feel to you? What's going on inside your mind? I want to know. And then when we started talking, it just turned out that we don't even process 3D reality in the same way. So I'll give you an example. If you think about an orange, what happens inside your mind? Does it bring an image of an orange? Or do you feel the taste of an orange? That's what happens to me. Do you actually feel it? Or do you just know that the orange is there? And this is where the actual crux of the problem is. Being kind of conditioned by even the name third eye to expect an image of an orange. Image doesn't happen to me. Okay, maybe it does happen now, but it didn't happen before. More so, it's the taste, it's the flavor, it's the feeling. And, if you are being conditioned to just use your visuals and not other senses, this is where you will be experiencing extreme frustration, because this is not how you wired. So my first tip for you is to let go of the expectations that it has to happen a certain way, and focus not on what you cannot do, but of what you actually can do and are experiencing. For me, when I realized that, okay, my visual experience is not my strongest point, I concentrated on what I'm really strong at, which is audio, which is light languages. And by the way, if you're not strong with visuals, I can guarantee you your light language can activate easily. It's usually people who are very visual, then they not always want a light language because they don't need it, they've got the visuals. People like me who are not visual activate light languages with ease. That's from my experience. So you can concentrate on something like that, which is very tangible. You can concentrate on the feeling of knowing and of actual feeling. And I remember after this conversation with Aaron, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do my thing. I mean, by the way, Aaron also showed me how to get into the quantum in a millisecond, because what was happening with those long meditations, by the time I got into space, I was just completely too relaxed. Whereas with Aaron, we were doing it together. We were doing what we call now quantum drills, what we're teaching our students. And we were in and out of the quantum, in and out. Because here is the thing, that blackness is just a starting point. But that's where most meditations actually end. So you don't go beyond it, or you go on someone else's descriptive journey. So your consciousness has not got a chance to actually develop. The biggest thing here is not to do any more activations, meditations, etc. Start doing exercises. Yes, I'm up actually now in my gym gear. I'm about to go to the gym. I don't take some special pills. I'm not into anabolic steroids or something and expect my muscles to grow. I just go to the gym. Right? I'm kind of exercising. It's the same with your third eye or whatever. It's like a freaking muscle. You just have to work it out. And when I'm going to the gym, I'm not expecting, oh, today my waistline will decrease by 2 inches and my bicep will grow by 5. That's not happening. It's happening incrementally. But you know why I go to the gym? Because I like it. It makes me feel good. So if the meditations are not making you feel good, ditch them. Give yourself a break and come back when it actually feels good. Do it for pleasure, not for effects, and it will make all the difference. But exercise this muscle. Practice in a different environment where someone's not telling you what's happening. And as for patience, I was having this conversation with Aaron yesterday, and I said, Aaron, actually, it was really interesting. I'm having a predominantly visual experience. Me, who always said that I haven't got visual, when I'm guiding meditations, when I'm working with clients, I'm now seeing more and more things. I can actually visualize. I don't even know when it happened. It happened over the years, but it definitely happened when I was least expecting it, when I focused on what I can do rather than what I cannot do, and I was just doing it anyway. So my advice to you is not so much patience, but exercise, pleasure, and sometimes less is more. Good luck.
Oh, good vibes, people. thanks for watching up to this far, man. Much love to you. You see, there is a lot of videos that has passed with different lovely humans sharing information. And I'd like to know your thoughts on what you think about all of them, you see, from how they think to the different beliefs and theories that all of them lovely humans have. Please share your thoughts on them in the comment section and help sharing this message or spreading it of love, peace, and unity by watching these videos to the end and hit the like button. Big up to all those people that have been watching and hitting the like button. You are loved and respected. Watch till the end there, good person. Much love. Yo, you are loved. Let's keep watching. Oh, see, this guy just broke the fork and what's he doing with the fork? Huh? Which hack is this? Oh, it's a rock hack. Ah, that's very interesting. Some of these guys are very creative, man, and this is very interesting. You see, this human brain has the ability to do incredible stuff, man. If it can go to the limits of such creativity, man, this is incredible. Imagine the limits it can go to sharing love out there and you see caring and compassion it can be so great and amazing. Oh, these are some interesting hacks that these guys put here in the internet. And much love to them and all the good guys that are doing the good stuff out there. And those guys that have been watching this video. Much love to you. May the universe reward you generously. And your family and your loved ones, all those around you. You see, hit the like button there. And even the super thanks if possible. You see, but much love. Anyway, watch till the end. Oh, this is incredible. Oh my god.
Pick one, pick one, pick one. Pick it, open it, and $20, okay? So you got $20 right now. You can keep that and be on your way. That'll be your tip for today's delivery. Or you can choose another basket, but you gotta trade that in.
Okay, I'll choose another basket.
All right, here, I'll take this from you, okay? So you traded $20 to choose another basket. Go ahead, pick one. Ooh.
$200.
10x, okay? So you just 10x your money. You went from $20 to $200, okay? That, I gotta say, that's a pretty good price. You can keep that and be on your way, okay? I know it's the holiday season. I know that a lot of delivery drivers are super busy making all these holiday deliveries. So I wanted to give back, say thank you, and tip the next driver. You were that lucky driver.
Thank you.
So, again, choice is yours, okay? You have $200 right now. You can keep that or you can keep on playing, but you have to trade that in. And before you decide, what would you use that $200 for?
Well, to be honest, I mean, Christmas is the hardest time of year for me. I'm a single mom with 2 boys, and I mean, it's just hard paying bills and then also trying to make your kids happy and do what you need to do. So, I mean, it would go towards Christmas. I would absolutely use this money for Christmas.
Wow, okay. Wow, single mom, okay? How do you do that and juggle this job? Because I feel like this is very demanding. You're on your feet all day. You're carrying heavy boxes. How do you manage? How do you balance that?
To be honest, a miracle. I really don't even know how I do it. It's like, you do what you got to do. I picked up the extra hours. You know, they always need extra people during this time of year. So you just do what you got to do.
Okay. So you have 2 kids at home. Are you going to keep the money and get them some Christmas gifts, or do you like to take chances?
Well, I'm a risk taker, and I'm doing pretty good. I mean,
You went from 20 to 200 real quick. Okay, you can keep that and be on your way, or you can choose another basket.
I'm going to choose another basket.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, what's your name, by the way?
My name is Ashley.
Ashley. Okay, so Ashley, $200 traded in. Go ahead and choose a basket.
Gonna choose the one right in front of me.
Ooh. How much is that? Okay. $50. It's still more than you started with.
Yes.
So, with that $50, you can still get a gift, maybe. You can still do a little thing for Christmas for your kids. Or you can trade that in for another chance.
Well, one of my kids is 2, so you can get a lot of things for $50 for a 2-year-old. But I'm a risk taker, like I said, so let's play.
You want to keep playing, okay? So you're trying to make it all back, right?
Yes.
You're trying to make it all back. All right,
Yes,
well,
let's
let's do it. You traded $50. Choose a basket.
Let's try green again.
Ooh, okay. So this one right here, this is a balloon, okay? I'm going to hold on to the balloon, okay? The way that this works, right? You can always trade back to this balloon, okay? This is the special balloon that you can always trade back to, but as soon as you pop it and see what's inside, you cannot keep it, okay? So you can see right now what's inside. You can check what's inside, see if you want to keep playing. But I got to tell you, it is a balloon. It's not the best. So you can either keep this or you can keep playing.
But I keep playing, like I said.
You want to keep playing, okay? Yes. So I'm going to leave that right here. As soon as you want to pop that, you can pop that at any time, but that will end the game immediately.
I don't want to end the game.
You don't want to end the game, okay? So go ahead and choose a different basket.
AirPods! This is a great gift, or I might keep it for myself.
That's a great gift. Okay, in your truck, do you have any music?
No.
You don't have...
Very boring.
Oh, so there you go. I mean, you got some AirPod Pros. Those are brand new, the newest generation. You can keep those, or you can continue to play. Okay?
I'm going to keep going.
Okay, so just know, if you don't keep one of these next prizes before it gets to the balloon, you have to keep whatever the balloon is. Okay, just know.
Okay.
So you can see what's inside the balloon right now, and you can keep those, be on your way. You won't get what's inside the balloon if you pop it right now. Or you can keep playing, but know that you risk being stuck with what's inside the balloon. There is something inside, but you will be stuck with that prize.
I feel like this is a trick, and I want to keep going. Let's keep playing.
Okay, so you want to trade some AirPod Pros for one of these baskets or a chance at being stuck with the balloon.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Okay, so AirPod Pros.
Let's go.
No more. Go ahead and choose a basket. Ooh,
Camera. It's cute.
Okay, so that is a salmon-colored Polaroid, okay? Those cost about $80.
Okay.
So, you did go down quite a bit from the AirPod Pros, but that's okay because you still have one more basket, or you can keep that if you're feeling unlucky. You can keep that camera, be on your way. I'll show you what's inside and what you missed out on, or what you would have been stuck with, okay? Or you can trade for that basket right there.
So this is actually a pretty good gift because my daughter loves taking pictures.
Oh, okay.
The AirPod Pros I would have kept for myself, but I still would have to give my daughter a Christmas gift. So this is a pretty good gift, but let's see what's under this basket. I don't want to see.
You want to see what's underneath the basket. Okay, now just know, if you don't take this right now, and you don't like what's underneath that basket, you will be stuck with the balloon. Okay? So, before you trade, I'll give you one last chance. Do you want to trade?
Yes.
You want to trade? Okay. All right. Go ahead and take a look at what's underneath that basket.
$100. It went up. So
Okay.
I can buy the camera.
You can buy the camera and you'll have $20 left over. Okay, so you have a great tip right there. That's $100. You had ups and downs this whole game. Now, choice is yours, okay? This is the final straw. Do you want to keep that $100?
Oh, this is so
and
hard.
then I'll pop this balloon, show you what you missed out on? Or do you want to trade that in? You'll be stuck with whatever's inside the balloon if you don't like that gift.
I know. This is so hard. I don't know. Give me a clue.
I can't give you a clue. Sorry. I mean, what would you do with the $100? Would
Well,
you buy
it still would go towards Christmas.
It still go towards Christmas, okay.
So, yes. I mean, $100 can buy a lot. It really can.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I'm nervous.
Uh-huh.
But anything could be in the balloon.
Anything could be in the balloon.
It could be a rock.
I must tell you, if you do keep that $100, you won't find out.
I can't even see what's in here.
No, you can't find out what's inside. So
and I like to know.
You'll always have that what if.
I'm gonna be thinking about that the whole time. I gotta know. I gotta know what's in the balloon.
Okay, so you want to trade $100 for the balloon. Go ahead.
Have to know.
Go ahead and pop it.
Oh my gosh.
That is $400 all for you. $400 all in 50s. It's all for you. You have a great rest of your day, Ashley, and I hope your kids have a great Christmas.
Thank you so much.
Hello, boys. I bought you something new to try. Come on, Rocky. Come on, come on. Come on, hello. Hi, Sonny. Come on over. Actually, Rocco, because you know what Mr. Potato's like. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's exciting, isn't it? Keep coming. We'll have to go over and meet Mr. Potato. Oh, hang on. He's going to make the journey this far. And I need to get out of the wind because it is really windy. How about here? How about here? Since you was a good boy, you can have the first bit. Let's see what you reckon. It's pear. Do you like it? I pretty much thought you would. Hello, Sonny. What do you think of pear? It's a first. Is it good? Oh yes, you liked it. You did like it. Pretty much you boys will eat anything though. Except, in the fruit world, the only thing that they don't like is citrus fruit. I have a lemon tree, so I found that out pretty quick. But I have tried them on an orange once, and they didn't like that either, so citrus is a no. But the pear's good, isn't it? How are we looking today? It's really windy today, and it looks like it may have done you some good. You all look nice and fluffed up. Oh, Sonny, look at that slobber and the drool. Ugh. Are you telling Rocco to back off? Well, you don't have to because he wasn't doing anything wrong, Sonny. He wasn't doing anything wrong. You're only supposed to do that when he's being a turd. There you go, man. What do you reckon? Well, I think the pear's a winner. Something a bit nice and juicy with all this dry grass that's drying out really quick. It was green, if you remember, a few weeks ago. Now, I suppose it does look green on the camera, but trust me, it's turning into hay really quick. Last bit. Interesting fact with Highland cows, they pretty much eat anything. See my nice silver birch tree? Have some silver birch. And of course, can't forget Sonny. There we go. Pretty much anything. And by the way, thanks for being a good boy. Thanks for being a good boy today. Yes, good Rocco today. And you're always a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, sir, Potato.